This big, lovable lug is Ronin. Ronin is a young Rottweiler. His issues are that he is actually quite fearful. He's afraid of strangers and strange dogs that he doesn't know. And of course, when he's afraid, he does what most fearful dogs do, is he goes roo, 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 roo. And being a big Rottweiler, people are afraid of him. So what we're going to work on with Ronin is to help him make better choices and get confident so that he's not thinking in terms of lunging forward and barking at people. We're going to give him some other alternatives. Now, Ronin's fear comes from something called a one-event learning experience. And what happened with Ronin, he's after the hot dogs in my hand right now. What's happened with Ronin was when he was a small puppy, someone fell on him. It was an accident. They fell on him and broke his leg. So he had that experience of, oh my God, people coming into my space is very painful. But then also during his recovery, trying to give him space and keep people a distance from him while he was recovering, he's also fed into this. So what we're going to do with Ronin is we're going to start where I start all of my dogs, and the base behavior that we're looking for is attention. And the way we teach it is attention through relinquishing resources. So in this exercise, my piece of food is the resource. So think of it, this is your trigger, this is your dog, your cat, you're blowing a leaf, you're rolling balls, your cars, your skateboarders, this is the resource in the environment. Right now it's a piece of food because I can control my piece of food. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show Ronin that I have this piece of food. I'm going to stand on his leash so he doesn't jump on me because he is a bit of a jumper right now. I'm going to show him this piece of food, and then I'm going to put the food out here and give him a chance to relinquish it. Yes. What I'm looking for is eye contact. Now he was looking at my other hand. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to show him the piece of food. Food goes out here. Yes. And what I'm looking for is for him to relinquish the attention to the food and focus on me. Was that a big piece? Yeah. Now, the reason I want him to look away from it is because if he's looking at it and still staring at it, he's still connected to the resource. So we don't want him staring at that dog in the street or that person in the street and not reacting. We want him going, oh, a person, no biggie, and letting it go. So it starts here with a piece of hot dog. So Ronin, sit. And this is Ronin's first lesson. Yes. Now, Ronin was sent to me by the amazing folks at the Toronto Centre for Canine Education. So it's a shout out to Karen and her great staff. Ronin is one of their students, and she recommended to his owner that board and train might be a good option for Ronin, just so he can get a little bit more intensive training and daily training without all the triggers of the city sabotaging his progress. So that's a shout out to Karen. We appreciate your support so very much. Yes, I missed a little eye blink there. In the beginning, you might only get little glances and you take them. I missed one there. So you'll notice that I'm not saying anything to him. I'm not asking him for attention. I'm just letting it happen. And because this is a hot dog, it doesn't matter how long it takes him to relinquish to me. And this is why we do it with food that we can control, because we don't want him staring at that big trigger for a long time. Right? Good boy. Yes. And again, this is Ronin's first lesson, learning this exercise. Yes. He's kind of looking at me like, is this what you want me to do? So I haven't got that commitment to it yet where like, boom, this is what you want. He's still like, I think I kind of know what you want. Yes. And I'm saying yes. Yes is my marker. So in marker training, we use a word or a clicker or a whistle or any sound in the environment that says, bingo, the thing you are doing at the moment that you hear the sound is the thing that you're being paid for. So it allows us to mark a behavior if the dog is not right in front of us. So if he's over there doing something that's awesome, I can say yes, and he knows that that's the thing that's getting paid. So now I'm going to change hands. Hey, Ronin. And it doesn't matter whether he's sitting or standing or lying down. This is about attention, not about position. Yes. Good boy. The reason I change hands is because the way I phrase it, yes, he's still thinking about it because it's new. So the reason I change hands is because the way I phrase it is I say, dogs think in pictures. Now, does that mean there's some science out there that tells us that dog thinks in pictures? Of course not. What I mean when I say dogs think in pictures is that dogs' language is body language. They are always watching us to see what we're doing when we're giving cues. So they're watching our body language to see what we're doing. We humans have little quirks. We do things when we move. We make facial expressions. We have little body language expressions that we're not even aware of. But let me tell you, those dogs are watching us. And sometimes it's those quirks that they're responding to, not the words we're using or the things that we think we're showing them. So because of that, he's a little strong. We're going to show him different pictures of how we present our cue so that we can generalize it and get them really focusing on the thing that we want them focusing on. So let's try this with the other hand, buddy. Ready? So we're going to stand on his leash again just to get rid of that jumping. Let's get it out of there. Good boy. Yes. Oops, I just dropped a piece of hot dog on the ground. You might find that. There's a cat over there behind the camera. So, yes, so that's adding as an extra distraction. It's a chewy hot dog. Ready, Ronin? Ready? Bugs. So he's just listening to some environmental sounds right now. They're getting his attention. It's a bug. I think there's a bug down there that he's looking at.